Guys, over 600 Nigerians have been deported from Chad over illegal migration. Wait, people they travel to Chad qua illegal. The last time I checked, is Chad not an African country? I think we have a common boundary with Chad, and it should be a free visa entry, or did they think? I don't get to. Nigeria have suffered though. Nigeria have seen a lot. Nigerians are suffering. Because just imagine Chad, even Chad, they deport Nigeria. This is shameful. I think federal government and Nigeria government needs to do something, because this embarrassment is becoming unbearable. Last week, Niger Republic deported many Nigerians, and also because they say they don't want illegal. Like, the reason is not even justified, because as a Nigeria, there's no way you will need a visa to travel to Niger. There's no way you need a resident permit to live in Niger, the same as Chad. So what's their purpose? What's their main reason for deporting Nigeria? Even though you can see those ones they deport, I think they're their brothers. But I think allegedly that Chads and the Fulanis, they have common relation. Whatever. What do you guys think on this video? Comment your opinion respectfully, and don't forget to share.
Be higher as a judge before I war a crowd. Ya movie was CM, a be war Bobroshi, a be war Cantamato, and a kind of one boom. But a dear Bakwa, higher power has said, say, Yama yet, I cry, Yama yet on beans, yet on bushy, yet on Meko, yet on spices, yet on Yama. Say, Nigeria, what in Nigeria, I bet you. And I say, Yama yet on, and no, and on what is from Mudiabahan on. I dare no, or we are wholesalers, and I retailers, or what in Yamani Brian, and my yet on. Say, and Tisabio, or what in Yamani bar, or Mangata Chia Gushinu, a good truck in move. Almost a gushibu truck him, almost your beans, I ton, 90 cities, or more than 70 cities, any sister cities. They look at your near Manufi. It's your summer, higher Cassia, yet in Ghana law, say, Nadia Kakra, soon I will say Ghana law. So be if you all what you go for so bad, Niniaman or the brown woo, and my woo or no, I a wholesaler, and a woo year retail. It is a say, no, or more fire yet, Juman, and or Moody or Moose, I'm a Moody question, almost Yagush or Moody question, almost I'm on one say your market, I'm as I say, would the pieces who I am talk, would the Agush you I am talk, it is a slim penny for any a jump penny for, say a same way as terrible. So I'm also no moose so a same way in my because yet me family and say same.
It don't happen no. Since yesterday, since day before yesterday, I don't receive message from Ghanaians for inside my inbox. Waiting and they say, what have you done? What have you done? I can say, I never talk anything against Ghana since now. What think happen with Ghana? They send me this type of message. I can't wonder. You know, if you see my inbox, Ghanaians just full. They write, what have you done to our president? What did you do? What? And I'm busy. When I know say this 2024, 2025, festive period, we call them dating December. So are they on my datingness? They dating December, they dating the January. I can't receive this type of message. I can't say, what have I done? What did I do? What did I do? I can't go online. Because they make I search small. I can't search. It can't be said then they inaugurate the new elected president of Ghana. Okay, I can't say okay. But how does he consign me? I know they do votes now for Ghana. How does it take consign me? I can't they do research. I can't they say I can't find video of the inaugural speech of that's the present president of Ghana. I say okay. Make I listen to that. As I listen to the message, when the man they welcome people wake up for the inauguration, he can't reach for Nigeria own. He said, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Ghanaian president. I say okay. Your Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Ghana. I said, wow. This is the reason. Now that time the Ghanaians come out full. Don't talk say you talk about say you go exchange our president. So it now happens that during the speech of the president of Ghana, the man addressed Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Ghana. Now Ghanaians begin to shout. We tell you say we want T-Pen. Ghanaians, when I remember when I used my church mind, I come out here, beg una, say, as we take day with una, make una borrow us this una new president. Give us. May we give una our own president. Una manage. Una not agree. Una do strong head. Una no say we get person when they call Odubeje. Now you don't use Abido Shoka or our president. Your president is now turning around. But the next way you go see him now, with the president of Ghana, will address himself as president of Nigeria. On behalf of Nigerians, I said the speech of the Ghanaian president stands. As a matter of fact, by tomorrow we are implementing it. We dash you now. Muna take the president. Give us your own. Another day. If they tell una something as una bigger brothers and bigger sisters, Muna no say the guest of this one no go dey drag for with us. And the president is now our president. Ghanaian say, what type of rubbish is this? And make una no come here, come they tell me say, it's not what he meant. He meant if he had put comma, it does not concern me. That speech stands. All these grammarian will go come now, they talk say, can't you see that if he had put comma there, what he meant is a lie. He meant that the president of Nigeria is not the president of Ghana. It stands. Another day, Ghana, this is Abido Shekau. When we unleash Gandu, sir.
Beg you are onions.
You're not going to understand.
Good evening. I just want to reply to our sister straight away. How many years now did the white people come to Ghana and Africa and maltreated us in the way that she's talking about? How many years now did the white people come to Africa and maltreated us in this? How many years now did, apart from, besides deporting the Nigerians, 69, 57, and all those years that followed, how many years did the Nigerians, or have they been engaged in killing people for rituals and armed robbery and disrespecting Ghanaians? How many years did the slave trade took place? How many years? You should tell us, how many years did the slave trade take place? And now he's comparing Nigerian crimes in Ghana last week, since even at least before 2017 till this time, burning markets, killing people for rituals, for money. So this sister doesn't know that the white people came to Africa to engage in those kinds of atrocities 300, 500 years ago. So what do you compare 300 years ago to? How many of them, even the white people? And how many of the white people are you comparing them 300 years, 400 years ago, 600 years ago to Nigerians committing crimes, disrespecting, killing people for rituals and armed robberies, disrespecting, fooling themselves over the past 15 years because the door was opened. They opened the door for them to come in. So can the sister tell us that 300 years, 500, 600 years ago in the past could be compared, when we didn't have even independence, could be compared to Nigerians committing crime, foreign Africans? White people are even different from us in culture, in everything, in their color, their everything. And so you are comparing them to modern times Africans committing crimes 300 years ago, 600 years ago interval, comparing them to what is happening now about Nigerians, black people, those who are white people, And even these people of modern times do not support that idea. It took place 600, 500 years ago. And you are comparing to something that has happening about, I mean, within the range of 15 years now, 300 years and 15 years. And you are comparing. Look, white people came to Africa in those times to do whatever they wanted to do at that time. How many years now? You comparing Nigerians who are black people, 15 years. What's the interval between 15 years and 300, 600 years ago? Even if they were not black people. Thank you, Mr. Manager. You see, this is a situation where somebody or people can clearly say that there are individual people who try to speak foreign language, but they can't think deeply. And that's why most people believe that the fact that you are able to even express yourself in some ways doesn't mean that you are clever or you are a thinkable human being. If you are comparing 400, 600 years ago to the Nigerian crimes as black people in Africa within the range of 20 years, committing all kinds of atrocities, it means that you don't think deeply. It means that you are not somebody who can reason. You are not a reasonable person. That is true. I don't think that I have to excuse anybody. I have to excuse myself for saying that. Excuse me for saying that. No, but you are comparing 600 years ago to people who are committing atrocities against people in modern times. Does it make sense? No. You try to speak foreign language, but this something that it shows that you don't actually reason deeply. You lack reasoning ability. You don't think deeply. It means you are unreasonable. I'm not insulting you. You are comparing white people who came 700 years ago and committed atrocities, which of course now even the white people themselves, most of them wouldn't have allowed to happen. You see, because they have freedom, they have democracy to express themselves. And you are comparing those people to modern time black people who are committing monsters, killing human beings for rituals, cannibalism, for money, armed robbery, disrespecting. You are comparing them to foreigners 700 years ago. It's a problem.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Manager. Good morning to you and your listeners. Your platform has been so interesting because people are free to come and share their mind, and at least that is how we can get to learn from each other and also share our experiences. It's better because we have seen that now the insults has minimized a bit, and I hope we are all happy to share our mind this way. I think our problem has just been the issue of Ghanaians defending our land, and also the same Ghanaians going against us that that's not the right way that we have to take. And we are insisting that we want our land, our nation Ghana, to have the peace that it was having some time ago. That when people were sleeping, they sleep and leave their doors opened because our country is hot, Africa continent is hot. We open our doors and sleep. So the following day, we wake up with happiness. We want our country to have the stability that our children in those rural areas, they go to farm, they go to farm, that their parents even send them with firewood or they give them food, take this food to home so that they will cook it. So when their parents will arrive at home from the farm, food are ready for them to eat. We want a Ghana like formerly that children will go to school, and even when they are not yet returned, the parents are relaxed. We want a Ghana that when you are driving, you are not scared to look around that some people are monitoring you. That is the Ghana that we are crying for. That is why today we are crying and complaining of some things that we are seeing in the country today that it wasn't in the country. And all these things are being brought in this country by some criminal Nigerians. By some criminal Nigerians. We cannot say all Nigerians that they are criminals. Mr. Manja, for instance, you are a Nigerian, but as somebody just said that you shouldn't have been a Nigerian. That's how God made it. But it doesn't mean that all Nigerians are 100% criminals. There may be some that are also like you. We don't know you into deep details, but we know that you are somebody who is just. Just to brush a little bit, I'm so happy that our sister came again to come and repeat and tell us that she is surprised how we don't even understand that the Europeans are our enemies. She gave some examples about the slavery, about how they captured Australia, about blah, blah, blah. But I'm so happy. I am so happy that in her words, what she was using is was. That the European came to our country, came to Africa. They said they are coming to help us to teach us this and that, and they did that. They was. So all these things were certain things that they did to us because they were more intelligent than us. So they came, fool our leaders with a mirror and sugar and this and that have not even tested it before, and through that they want their interests to do what? To enslave us. There's a proverb that say Rollins say abobe kawa efitama. We don't forget that. We always laugh about it. Yeah, but they say abobe kawa if you won't them. Those white people, they came, they team up with some people of our leaders, our ancestors, they captured their hearts. So it is through them that they did all these things to us. But I'm so happy that all these things that she was saying, she said was. So it was something that happened. So before they were our enemies for some past time. But today, these same enemies, we ourselves have picked our foot to go to their lands. These same enemies, the language that we are speaking today, I and her and everybody we are speaking on this platform, it is not our language. It is language that they brought. These are our enemies that she is claiming brought to us. And today we speak it more fluently than even some of our languages. Excuse me to say, not all of us. Me, I speak my dialect more than the English. But there are some people that today, when you even tell them to speak their dialect, it will be more difficult than them. It's more difficult than them because they are fluent in this language that our slave masters brought to us more than their traditional language. That's why I like these Russians. I like Israelites. I like China. They are all whites. They are white skin, but their culture, they value their culture more. They value their culture. Whenever the Israel Prime Minister is giving, Netanyahu is giving his speech, he gives it in their languages, except once in a while that he say it in English. China, the same thing. Russia, the same thing. They are proud in their culture. But not we, the Africans, that we ourselves now, we have sold our culture even to them. That's what I'm saying. The language I'm speaking to is not my language. We are speaking English. But if we are proud, why shouldn't we even learn in our dialect that we are talking about? But for me to draw her attention, all what she said was. So that was those days, what they did to us. But I am afraid more than the angel that I don't know. I am afraid of the angel that I don't know more than the devil that I know. You and I don't term this white as my enemies. I term them as racists. They are racism and they are oppressors. They are racism and they are oppressors. because you go to a white man and he will take you at work. The treatment that he will give to you may not be the same as the white. In some people, may not so all. That's why they say knowledge is power. If you have knowledge, it's good that everybody have to educate. If you have knowledge, you have power, because even if you are knowledge, you have knowledge, there are some certain jobs that they will not tell you to do those jobs, because with your knowledge you've learned something. My real enemy that I'm seeing today is those that they are kidnapping me, kidnapping our children, those that they are murdering our families for rituals, those that they are terrorizing our ladies. Those are the enemies that I am seeing today in my proper mother homeland, my motherland. And if we don't rise now and fight against those things, as times goes on, it will be increasing. All these things that we are mentioning, kidnapping, robbery, daylight robbery, blah, 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 it wasn't in Ghana before. That's why I said before, there were Nigerians in Ghana. Ghanaians were quiet. We were moving with them, no problem. But for some time, they graded in their crimes, and they brought what they were doing in. Listen, let me tell you, if you don't know, there are Nigerians on this platform. This platform is Nigerians and Nigeria. There are Nigerians on this platform, though they don't come out. It is we that we are taking this band and blah 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 blah. And what I'm saying, they know if I'm lying. All these things that we are seeing in Ghana, daytime robbery, kidnappings, killing police people, this and that, it is something that was happening in Nigeria for over 15 years ago. Okay, I was working in a vessel before called Kuyo Maru. When we once went to Gabon, there were about thousands or hundreds of Nigerians who were in Gabon that they have succeeded. They wanted to go to Nigeria back, but they were afraid. They were afraid because that time in Gabon, you can only go to Ghana, go to Nigeria by sea. So they only go with this canoe. And there are some people that they always patrol on the sea with canoe, that armed robbers. So whenever you are coming, they rob you, they kill you, throw you in the sea, they take your belongings. Imagine this, I'm telling us, over 20 years ago. So when we call in Libreville, port of Gabon, these people came to beg us. They have to contact Nigeria embassy in Gabon to come and talk to our agent. So there's almost about 50 something people that were vested to them to Nigeria. They were rich. They traveled, they struggled, they got what they wanted to go. Going back to Nigeria, they were afraid because they don't have cards as you. That's their resident card. If you don't have that resident card, you can never leave the country. The only way that you can go is by flight or by sea. And if you don't have that card, you cannot take flight. And they were scared how to go to their country. The embassy came and blah, so we took about 158 people to Nigeria. You see the threat that they were having over some years ago. Now it has graded to the extent that in Nigeria, if you are in outside that you are going to Nigeria from abroad, you are scared because when they know that you came from abroad, they will come and rob you and kill you. You see, most of Nigerians today that they are running from Nigeria is because of insecurity. And these same Nigerians are in our country doing this habit. There are a lot of Ghanaians today now that are experiencing the same problem. They want to go to Ghana, but for instance, I'm not in Ghana, I'm abroad. I am thinking of my pension, that when our pension, where do I have to stay now? Because now, if we don't struggle to end all this problem in our land with this insecurity, we cannot stay in a country. We cannot stay in our country. So all this, what this white did to us, as you are saying, that were past tense. Now, if you're approaching a white, you know that this man is a white. Already, you know that they are racist and they are oppressors. So you either approach them, whether to look for job or for what, but with measures, because yours already you go, you know the person doesn't like you. But what about a Nigerian that you don't even know what is even in his heart? They'll be friending you as a, you think that you had a boyfriend, have a girlfriend, stay with them, fine, 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 fine. All of a sudden, they will show you a collar, they will kill you. You'll be working with a Nigerian, you say, this person is so kind. All of a sudden, one day they will show you red card. And you are saying this person is not your enemy. You are seeing a white rather than an enemy than the Nigerian. The white that you know, that man is, you know that man is a white. And now today, even if I'm telling you today, if they come and push ship in Africa, I'm not saying Ghana. We or you that you are saying the whites are our enemies. Now if they come and push ship in Africa, that they say they have to join to Europe. If they come and push ship and they say you have to join to Europe or to America, you see how many millions of people that will come and enter the ship. If today we will agree with you, if you want us to agree with you that the whites are our enemies, how do look at how we struggle? How much do we spend before we go to meet our enemies? Yes, just check it 1, 2, 3, 4 A, B, C, D with your calculation and see what it ties up. That if today they will bring flights or ship that anybody who want to go to America or Europe come and enter, you will see how many people will remain on that continent. And even now, we ourselves look at how many millions, how we struggle before we get visa to these countries. So we have to know that, well, they are not our enemies. Before you will see them, you know that they are racist and they are oppressors. So you know how to approach them. But these Nigerians that we are talking of, they are our enemies that we are even scared, more scared. Because of them, our country is not secured. I, for instance, I have regretted. I have a property in Ghana. And I regretted, I'm not lying you, that I've regretted of having that property in Ghana. Because with the system of that is happening in Ghana with these crimes of kidnapping, murdering in Ghana, it is what was happening in Nigeria for a long time. And now that it's in Ghana, we don't know how we can live in peace. That's why I gave an example that formerly we open our doors, we leave our doors open. But now you that you're even crying for unification of Africa, you are saying that Nigerians are industrial, this and this and that. I don't think that today, if you're in Ghana, you will sleep and leave your door open. If you want to try, why don't you sleep and leave your door open? Because you trust them. Yeah? You trust them already. That they are industrious, they are not threat. So when you sleep now in Ghana, please leave your doors open. And later, I will see whether you have voice to come and tell me. This is what we are talking about. Okay? We are talking about, even as how old are we now? We are crying for our generations because we know that for some time we are crying for our generation as our ancestors left for us. This is what we wanted also to live for our generations. Okay? We cannot allow this thing to happen. All this terrorism, all this kidnapping, all this murdering. That's why I say, if it has not affected you, you will say it is not okay. It is good. But when it will affect you, that you know that it's not okay. That's why I said the same people that we are living on with them before, Ghanaians didn't worry about Nigerians in Ghana because all these crimes that they were doing were not more like this. It's similar like you. There are many of us on this platform that we have divorced about 3-4 times. But if you ask yourself a question, you same person that you saw somebody that say, honey, darling, that you people got married. What happened that you people separated? This is a question that I have to throw it to you yourself to answer yourself. Why do we marry when we separate? Because something changed. What we saw before we went into that marriage, something changed and we couldn't endure it. So we decided to separate. So the same thing is what is happening in Ghana between Ghana and Nigeria now. The way in our country without all this trade, but now the trade has increased. And if we don't act now, so me, I don't have any problem of the unification or blah, blah, or whatever they are talking about. But I'm talking about the insecurity. that they will leave our country for us to have our peace of mind. That's the problem I'm talking about. Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Good evening, Mr. Niger. Well, I want to make some submissions. I want to make some comments and also give a little bit advice to what is happening in my country, Ghana, which is very sad. So permit me to use your platform to echo my grievances. Permit me to use your platform. Thank you. And allow me to use one of our local dialects. I will use Twi. Minuanum, mechiacha manumre. Ne yenyina ye ware home mira hopa fi se. Sebi sisi nneɛma a ɛkɔ so wɔ Ghana no ahometie pa ɛya. Whereby sebi o ye marketplaces ɛgya sebi ye nuanom edi dwan kakrakra de tuto bibidie ɛde hwɛ wɔn mma ne wɔn kunu ne wɔn yerenom no. Sisi ɛgya hyehyɛ atɔ hɔ. Sebi ehwɛ marketplaces na sisi deɛ ɛkɔ so no ahomete ɛya. Ɛna say enumere ya na me hwɛ Mr. Niger platform isu na me hu say o show bi friends and Nigeria ni bi o ma chi no wɔ so a ye say ya bɔ ne pa say onkɔhye a whole market, which is very sad. Na me tie no me rehoye na me so me be ye comment kakra. So many no more sebi mo se mo ye Pan-African African sebi ye can be a monte ase no. So mo hu de ekofaba we nu ba bia kra o. Ye nu ba bia. So say hwe niema ekofa brain. Na me de meka ne se ade ana ye ka se border opening porous no enye maye ne say so hwe West Africa kra no in our capitals no, due to system of our government system no very poor. So enti hwe so mu sie no so ye ne say the way we behave is the most dangerous system we practice in Africa, the whole of Sahel Africa no. So because instead saying sebi you be practice federal system of government, you know. No a centralized government system. I'm not talking about Nigerian so-called federal state no more, you know. I know the propaganda no more. So sana nanka after our independence na ya himfo no more call for. Some of me the federal state. Na sebi obi am building the regional wom. Though na ye war regions be a resources no form kakra. But who they compare European systems whom see no na nke betima ya ma na ye say enka region be a in fact more resources na call me no ntimi bo other region be bosia the development ni ade so sana European countries no nyina ye so who the ba Europe akra no UK, France, France, Germany, Holland, Belgium, Germany, Italy, Switzerland. No practice a federal system of government. So it allow people to stay in their regions and develop their regions. So a friend is saying, Ghana, your central system of government, MYN. So who share your population in Accra no more and more. Sisi Accra no almost 3 million na no mo kan ebe bro sa this ebe ko be ye Accra population ko be roughly estimate of let me say almost 6 million and yeah that 2 to 3 million na no mo kan ebe do be 6 million. Wow, the people are becoming more populated area. Into them himself gradually. A time will come, the indigenous of the Accra, they will start crying for they need their own land. Wow, because system now yeah body chrono. It doesn't help us. All Ghanaians don't help what yeah. I see a system of governance. No near a federal state system of government. I don't know. So central system no ne yakuchusu parliamentarians to represent the region. They are not big Accra. Now every 4 years, bia na the obetimi retaining they all kono aje almost 600 million or 7 million Ghana cedis. No, akotranse or say retaining the seat. No asaba. Parliament go no asaji millions. Oh, now obi aye adwuma teachers. Government institutions CBA sabi omu sika kese say teachers ne doctors bi ne ade obewie pension kra no na sabi de ode beto adru kra no mo kra no edidi kra no na akoya asema ma no. You see, we need to make some amendment in our constitution. The constitution that is not helping the nation. So I don't think I'm obi a troop in to Accra no. So I bet the seat of government administration purpose be honor be bia. So hard, I see a Timisi Sano because Accra is choked. Oh, may not know say a time will come, sir, and Yama wing I bet sorry. Wow, hard, because Sebi Accra for no motion. Say Obi Accra Sina no the crash your team. Say near crash bill. So Uncle Betty sorry a quail foam, dear all corner and a corner foam. Or acquaint the farming Kakrana that she say Bini Hossa, ain't he? More agitation, beba. So, today nyinaa ka ho bi. Nti saa nneɛma we nyinaa no, ebedu be na foreigners so bem. Wow. Sebi African countries no a say omukro mu sebi holding. They will see Ghana as a safe haven. Eja oba onimu say obi kan ni chrome sebi onya electricity in them 24/7 nti na Ghana niema bi say ne ye boy homo den kakra no obeba be rem do no so beba then hospital no only be oni chrome no ono so be full so de ne baba Ghana sebi obebo ne bra wo ho a obetima hwe ne mama na yi na education system obetimi de ne ma obabetra Ghana ahwe ne ma wo ho ama ne ma no so nya privileges nti sa niema we nyina no eno na esenka yen West African countries ye dwene ho ne hu se ye betutu niema ye be force ye government na amoma yes federal system of government na dey build ye kro no region bia wo mu na ya build na mana ye say one unity in Africa yen porous yen kambo no sorry for my French it's not helping us e be critical sir because so bintimi metra okrom na kan say ongu 2 pa na ongu 1 obewo de do ope so ni nyina so na mu population census na ekosro one ho de me che no sebi nipa no crobet ebi kran so no susu kran say need ska auditor taxes ontua tax into burden ne be huge so when nyina na see ehwe nya tutu ne mayi so ha dwuni bebre wa young guy ya kobo ne pass won koshi kaso market ahumiti bebre a onye Ghana ni imagine say o access saa niema na say nipa we baby o free ba no say saa niema ni bi ni ho a onfa ho say o say obi kro obese no ye bebo ne pa ye mani sika kakra bi say koshi ha obekọ akoye so ha dwene oh come on Mr. Niger, thank you very much. I will come again. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Manager. Good evening. Hope you are doing fine. We thank God for life, for another day. Watch your video that you post today. That Nigeria guy case. It is very sad. As a foreigner, even if a Ghanaian tell you go and do that thing, you need to think before. You need to think that I am foreigner. How can I go and do this thing? You see? It is very sad. You always say Nigerians. You need to take this thing to advise yourself. People always say Nigerians and they tell me to go and do this bad thing. You need to advise yourself. If you do this thing and they catch me, what people are going to say about me and Nigerians? All this, you don't think you are going to do it. Abusiafo mekyia mo. I would say na say yakasa ye sister baako oba ontimi nka pii no. Ai ebi mo so anye Ghana ni o so ye Ghana ni a ye hu ba bi ofiri no. And I'm fighting for African youth. Can you fight for African youth? Ubet akwa African youth. A young boy. Oh, you say koshi market, oh koshi. Wow. But another bia me say the movie no ne ye hu afa san kurofo we ho no. I can be munti asese bi wonim say bia Nigeria for no ye town mo no. Na me pa mu nyina beto mo 11. Ka me mbom pa nka nipa nka mo amu defend o mo say no. Nka e friend say ahyamma yo se he market yi nka ehye na nka wo ho bi na gye na ahye wafara na wokọ na nka kaswa de ye nka wokọ hye ni se wanya hye no po minim na nka wo ho na nka gya no to ma na ya hye wafara na wu na wokọ ubesen aba bi ma wo ba uri betu ho fo. Well, Nigeria for nye say town if you abrochire ha eti ahomache 3 kọ adwuma kọ ye adwuma no no mu gina kwan ho tonton du bone anajo 2 to 3 no no mu ni police fo kurum ya behwe gigiri onko ya adwuma opesika nso onye adwuma ani pobet na wiase na se o se opesika du fudi a den na beba very bad. Nti na me tie mo audio se nyimbe ya ye bra ba kweka no Ghana for man na mo sora na ma betena your friends and social media. And Nigeria for they know how to take care of woman. They know how mon koso. Na mo mrebeba. Last year Nigeria ni free Nigeria betena TV stations bi also Ghana. Ekese Ghana for ma mu ye cheap. Mon di ma abonti amekasa. Because Ghana no 90% ni adwen wo form too much. Ye hu ho a it say ye hu nipa da. Eye pa say ye hu ahoho a ye gye no feso no eye but ye nyu so ye adwen kakra nye se bia ye gye obi feso na nipa na be ye den e be gi wawu da bi ye nye ne sa obi gye o feso a na wo so de akoma pa hia nipa no sa na ye no ba ye da bia ye say ye pe hoho asem na da bia o mu di ewu ye nka hwe o kan o be say nya wo awu hu nipa na wo say be defend nipa no ama but the ekoso no mo defend o mo nyina no mo de beba 1-1 e bom pa so obi ansa be kan de na wo sa kan de wi a na wa ba ha be ka kire se se na yo se na Nigeria ni bi dia den e dia yo Ghana for man so ani brenti mo hu Nigeria for na dana kwa na kan o se mu ye cheap Ghana for man mu ye cheap an ka ba akopebo sa asem se de si shame no wa hu senka me be akwa na ahwe anka me kuna to atwene yuko kese Ghana for ma e cheap a ma nyina na ode se wati ase menua ba ka ho wa ka mu nyina afra so enye o mu nyina ba 90% metima ka 80% se mu hu ka mu hu so bi da ka mbe na mu di na chi grigri se ayi no mu hu kada obekeka ne nyina wo Ghana ho obi antima mie na no anka hwe even guess na omote wo kora na minim se nka ba kokora be soro apai n'ani so akeze man ka asem we nkyere obi a na mo sere fa so eye musuman so ampa because Ghana for the same man do na mo se Nigeria for me man hwe enimu ma hwe nti mo soro mu di omo achi e de na eye me ya ne se mo ko wo sa mo gya no dia begu Ghana na da achi bi ya bebra kwantu ma ya wo ye ma omunko omo achi nkohwe omo achi na omo akodi omo awu me ne ye me ya wachese ne ya ye me kaya ne ye me ya oh moko wo nkura bi ya hu boys ne ye friends awudie nti sa boy we say woni Nigeria ni ko Ghana for 20 and 100 ne Nigeria for 100 ko wo nkura bi say begu Ghana say ya wu ye nwu ye ya se be she Uba bruchiri had the same thing. Omoma basim no mo kon train mu no mo kon ebo twede. Chese niema omo ye kura no. Na se na mini broni bi adwumam kokko ni bi. Na me se ni ka kire se obisa me se osim mi firi Congo. Na me se oda bi mi firi Congo. Ghana na me se ono ye Nigeria ni be hwe ni buafu. E ma yen keso ye Nigeria ni na Nigeria for ye criminal. Abrofo no kura munim nti ba bia me ya adwuma sei Nigeria ni aba ho acha 1 week na omo agya no kwan omo mpese Nigeria ni kura be ya adwuma ho ye mfa wo acha sei but omo no abrofo no nam se omo mra bi no nti no ade na hye no mu but onyi mpie so nim kwan obefa so be den ode be wewo obefa kwan bi so sa yi wa afiri ho wo nti ase wo hu se pe no mpe wasemba nyema wuhu ana onka se ye ba ye be kan wa yisu si no onka but onum kwan ya odo be fa so nti Ghana for ma no amosora mu di Nigeria for na chi gigirigiri amoko ba no mo hweye di muti nyina be ko wan wan sa se ye market na mo ba be hihye no na wa bo bi man mu se wo be pe wanu aduane a wo be hye ne market so obi amo sika se ko shi market ya na wo kwa ko sha ahoho se me wo bi man mu na kuromani bi ama metu se me nkoku bi na o ma misika na masori di akire ana ma adwen nya adwuma na wo ko wa nuru na nipa no ku ha sika no we wo sabeka Ghana for ya nsori a yete ho na enye hwe sei nyo hene bi na ye se wakoton asase ama Igbo kina wo be ye ne community bi sa o hene we sei no na mo nkurofo mo che wo se mo anya hene muntimi yutu na mo muntimi nkasa muntimi take action bia na mote ho ehwe no no nji sika no one ne yere ne mma enkotoka ndam no mu ndidi peche na china no mo mana problem e beto mo so sanse mfon na se eje akiridi ye sori na ye kunje man no because ye na nam se ono mo ye man na nti wu bisa won se nka ye ba beto man no sasem we me kan 2013 e kire me nam fofo bi o Morocco me se mira bi ba Nigeria for beji Ghana aboso madam no se o Canada ba ko Canada ba ko Spain nya se na me ka kire omo se asem na wo kan na e ba mo na me se an se me kai mi ma hu na chiri se Ghana for ya nsori a Nigeria for ombeji Ghana aboso na no ye friends ye kan free visa yi we mo ani gi agi because mo nim se free visa dia o mbetima abba se dia o mo pe untimi nya ne hwe what you say na Nigeria for ye friends 20 million kura bo ura Ghana se ya wu ye do sen Ghana for ye mpe ye ho asem ye hu mu ya na ye dwane so we da kokonto kwa Nigeria nyo no wa hu mu ja no kura vina na ho den aba na sin ya boy ba ku ahomache sa na mo wo no sekan wo ha kum no enam sa wi ya mo tonton ne se friends o mo se friends powder ya mo tonton ho wo no sekan kunu kwa enko ba bia
na sinya Chad for pamo France for fi wono mo mu die koso Chad so ati ase Ana bebrebe free say Boko Haram for no Boko Haram a Nigeria for no Boko Haram any Nigeria for organization a broken organization. Oko a Congo the same thing. I did back when my friend when he said there be minerals what Africa biano. There is problems. So I can say baby be minerals who be our
Yeah, Mr. Naja, good evening. Good evening. At the year of this guy where he can't talk right now, all the time he can't talk. Things say they make sense. At the year of this guy all the time, I know this guy and the one lady where he can't talk. Sometimes when I listen to them, at the year one of our brothers say with the US or somewhere, the answer say so he say he travel go Japan and this massa. Mama in country, who took one chan ubiao. Baby, who took one no. Yeah, ya call her without paying foku. What you say? Yeah, ya took one kosa. Places in yan trashi. Who took one call? You spend your money to go there. Iti money call what you say obi che obi. What you say? Minimum ejuma we yemum. And I'm in person me hunsu. But me pa catch say ye mu bin mu ye wahanomo. Ye tutu kwan akosa places in for nothing. Yan traka. Yeah, the way I yet as a human being and the DN call and you're hustling faith. I was hustling for the mom, but the way I yes subantiano and I ask my uncle Akoye Juma. It is all to Japan, China, and in your money, Mamika just send me my brown munina. Makoye Juma on munina. Nanya me pesa utien was he said. Unification of Africa, uniting of Africa. And yet Juma, it will not work. So who seem pimsa enye year? Yeah, catch us enye ye. You know why? Abrofuna wu kon wansem no. Obia ya ni kromu ye. Na nungwasie entu omo. Obia hwe ni nyonko su ye. No nungwasie emba krom. That's one thing about white people. Ebsa wu tu kwan keke. Utu kwan ukase we smart bia utu kwan keke. Ba wu nim se e wo se wu sua the way anchrophonity ye. Who dia who ni otiani say abrofo ni timi ja Africa. Omo timi ja Africa say why they cannot leave Africans. Say Ghana sorry say sia e ka kire UK for company some fit Africa. Omo fit Ghana and Africa omo fit Ghana. They will move. They will move. Enye unite bia say ye be friend Nigeria for ye be friend Kuwait for ye be friend other na Russia ku ni Soviet Union. Argentina Russia ku ni kunu Poland traho Poland Ukraine Latvia Estonia Finland omunyina mutiyo Denmark Norway Sweden obia di who can unite of Africa obia di Soviet Union ankasa Soviet Union no so what to do kwan awasua de Soviet Union ankasa wo no mu no as European we abrofo wo kon ho asem no obi adi ni lemu Russia akọ attack iwe no Russia akọ attack iwe no Russia sankomo nye powerful a omo sipim they will depend on other where your friend is the Soviet Union they will not reach nowhere. They will even go there. But because they empower themselves, no. And not on Usromu. But just here, member Hambe Kasatsu Wanyansan Biama. Because my idea for a long time. Your brothers and I advise you, sir. Untie. Uwe kwambe na utuye. Kwambe na utuye. Utu kwa ifa. Sa Japan no say we na only para se ni akọ ejuma any Japanese. Ooh some of you Ghanaians who can say bia mubahan mu kasa people are quiet in it and who ni tiano who kasa anyhow. Who see ebe basu aye catch us embassy. It will never happen. Embassy Tori ko Ghana no one who difference no. Tori Burkina Faso amu bueno sa omu wo leader no okoye no one who difference no. Jama bibi here. The whole Ghana
The whole Ghana jubilate about that man. Adi oyeno. Uti ono na uye negative. Who other side of the country. Your mind is so different. Ambasu, we have to empower ourselves. Every country in Africa need to obey tough our country. Now say omo say uye tough no. So omo pa. No mo so ma yomu kroni ye. So it is ebia anamfufa munu ena ebia yebe se bibi tu yen yebe ba be de ebe baku afesi obi. Tori onukwa no yes aniema no ena onukwa na start here. And I say Niger o say Mali and start here. The moment Mali start here or Niger start here and almost continue. The whole of the French country colonization we no omunyina colony no and omunyina francophone no omunyina omusori here. They don't wake up say because they are in NATO. Where your friend is saying ECOWAS Indiano. No. They stand there because they stand for their country first before ECOWAS. That's them now, Kano. They stand for their country first before ECOWAS. Each country have to stand for their own. Nigeria, Omusorima, Omukuro. If you stand for your country first, everybody will see. Omunya Sadianu, Yakawasema Uba Beka different thing. I don't understand. Onipana anya ni kromu ye wanya ufie ye na ukofa ufie so kwa ko renti amobi ufie no wanya ni ye wanya ufie ye na wo expect say obi on waye ni fie ye no u ba be say na ma no what be pay aya sometimes mu ba mudwi say ebinu ye smart what amba ha ebe nyeti say we eko aruko Africa United ni baba embasu. Who's you Bema and Basu? It will never come on today and tomorrow. Even the Ghanaians, Shadi Omudi fans Omudi Matori. Eya biyo ni wati. Now some of you are in the darkness. Eya mubi money. Sasana sa ECOWAS nukrapo bebaswa. Each and every one have to be bold enough in their country. Said, I'm calling my country as a country. Nigeria ni entimi friend krom say ni kro. Whoever can say entimi friend ni kro say ni krom or their man for passport any nam anyhow any semfu osi enja nkofo we no mu say ye die no anom ko say Burkina Faso anonso mu ko say ye friend say Mali masa we tu kwa masa we tu kwa we anya etem didie o we tu coin for nothing. Hey, Soviet Union. Who's way to 2 coin? Soviet Union, Russia is a Soviet Union. And war Scandinavia. Asana war Shanghai. Asana UK, omukwa omodi omu. The superpowers. Utiasiye. But if you go to every country in European Shanghai, no, ube usom obia kita ni power. Obia kita bi. Into ultimi di o ultimi nko obi krom kodi zemfu. Go the same law now the betchim. So just say obia ya powerful on the chrome. Russia air attacking Ukraine. Soviet Union for no me patch say Lithuania me mako no nyina me dintro. Upa me senior ma me se manager no wa dia kire. What wa post to wa me kasa keke o. Me show evidence. Sa Soviet Union ani nyama ni nyina no me mako no nyina Scandinavia ma rura ho no nyina iti minimade amemika ena amanfo nso omotututu kwan no minimade ameka no Soviet Union uko no mu a Lithuania Latvia Ukraine Estonia Finland omu nyina omu wo sa kronum any so many countries are mirefi amudi ewo ho. But Russia, sorry, here, editia. Bueno, your friend is saying, Ukraine. All the Soviet Union, oh my, they become quiet. ana munyina NATO nso so be try so be kwakọ help or be kwakọ help we ye friend say Ukraine no Russia say who tempti a ye be bombi most of your countries and omutwi omu so who can say Russia for enye stronger say who can say Russia for enye stronger enye Ukraine e ba be so omukro no mu baha mu siade mo tutu kwan keke. All the Soviet Union countries, they become quiet because they know, say, uko tempti Russia, when your problem. One one day see what Burkina Faso. Yeah, masa musia dio. One one day see what Burkina Faso. Se enye Putin, se enye Putin. Sa gwano on timinye sa die no. Se enye Putin, one kasa na uka. Problems are abrofudi maye wo Africa. Wa kasa na uka. Enye omu no mu die ECOWAS na bae. Omu no mu die ECOWAS ni bae. But Tory anya boldness say me pese me big di mikrom na the way amu titi microphone enye nti mu fi mikrom wo. Ade ana asem o. Ade na asem. Okay. Sanka other country wo Africa. Sorry. Eko baki ti se na Niger ni we nu nyina eko baki a. Say ECOWAS. Unim say problem na CCCC. The way they will bomb Burkina Faso, the same thing number bombi Ghana, no mako bombi Nigeria, omako bombi Togo, Benin, omako bombi Senegal, omako bombi Liberia. Enye krono musuamu wo ECOWAS no omuse say no. But if you are individual on your own, nobody will come and bomb your place. Brother, listen and listen carefully. So to say UK, say nobody will come and bomb them here. Nobody. So what the UK is doing, what UK did was, making sure say only America, brothers and sisters, say can Nigeria for a building on year. Ghana, aka yeniomu beye adamfufa. Aye trading adamfufa properly. Yeni Burkina Faso be ya adamfufa. ECOWAS inifio. Ni ECOWAS fio. Yeni omu be nya adamfufa. Yeni Senegal nya adamfufa. Anuna building Africa Union. But at the moment, you know, Sawa kano yo ECOWAS in the Union, no, embassy because of Nigeria, the country Nigeria, embassy. Yeah, I mean, you people should think. If a country in Africa, they wake up, no start to say, this is my country. Say na Ghana ye no, yanyina ye sorry ye kan. Yenya se o. Na ye penyifo ni tie. Edi ya sema, Tory, and then me share video bi. And I'm a trip here the whole day to me share video bi. Tory afre small girls. At the age of them say 10 to 15. Also 10 to 20. Now, was some culture where be Burkina Faso. She said, Sena Ghana, some part of Ghana, so yet, you know. And when I made it bar before me back and say, Ghana, you still, you were, Yanka say you were kwasumu, Obi to be control be or no repino. Secretly, Obi to be for be, uko ewe side, the home here. And I say, even me, ga adangbe, uba in Kramemua. Uba who say, Obi sister, yes, not see. Small girl be any girlfriend ni say amamre mu say we mu o udi yen fa no nchi o Tory ehun say e was some setting law ewo we Burkina Faso wa friend kola no abiso mo adwen. This is how you build your country. Wa friend kola no na me see questions and kola no bisa Tory no ho ube hu se wiase no ho. Now we are building in Chroma. Na Nigeria near baby because of ECOWAS in Intiano or Baba raping Kolana Mukwako bisa president. Asem no. Eko kunku momu. Masamu ninyansa. Ako kunku momu. Ashiomu market. Baba can nonsense. Dada. Untu kwancho biao. Uya me the best send Mr. Manager no wa yama. You understand? Some of you are mobile kasano. Think, analyze it. The way are near Mako ever we are seeing. Yeah, analyze it. And yes, Obronia ye ni bibi intino. Usu ye bi. And yes, Obronia ye bi. Anka South Korea omu like they did on their own. Anka China omu way. Anka Russia or Soviet Union mo continue baby. Not on count. NATO on count. That's them now count. America omu ye tuno. Omu pa omu ko bombi where Russia na ye die. Say nyina ya shia. Enshia. Sir America so omu ye Bema and I say UK and I say Germany omu ye Bema. Omu bombi Russia na ye die. Russia onu kwa o. Russia kronu. Or Soviet Union no. Russia nkwa and or dealing with the whole world. Toria uche na owo no. Russia na backing you up. Russia government who say abrofune diewu se na uka no we diewu ana uka kire microphone say yes na mimi ye no build yourself and boy no I strong one musa no 34 years old masami I don't know the age where you dey 34 years old o tie asem na man kan no o tie asem a Putin kan no masa o say build one kasa ho na omo surrounding ho no ombehu and I'm pasu Ghana start so building no Niger Mali omo nyina omo start the same thing sese adu Senegal sese wo Cote d'Ivoire who ba be can say we your friend say how do go ECOWAS ha masa unhu ade ekoso won jama unhu won mama sweat wa hanu mukrampu unhu ade ekoso won Ghana to recall Ghana you see how the Ghana citizens omo jubilate. One we say na yenwanu jubilate. They wish that man is in Ghana. They wish. Sanka Nigeria for you mu Ghana mu din semfui. Obi ani ekrom wo. Aya do your research. Ko na ko hwe Nigeria for mu Google prison e wo Burkina Faso. O ka say man no ba Ghana no. O di we pistol na mu hu wo no na okita weapons no. Mu ka say some kwa won. Nanado any tunebu on person mu kusa man. Ube ka say ECOWAS. Ube ka ECOWAS. Unim na so do hun ko shem on be kun ase ukrofo ube kun hwe anibri sem ti say Nigeria ni okwa shi Ghana ka say ECOWAS anibri na Nigeria ni omo be high na okwa shi osisi ye kro aman ube be kan ECOWAS Master Trout baby I beg you.
Yeah, hello, good evening, Mr. Niger, and good evening, listeners. Okay, so I was asked about, I'm still on the questions that was asked to me, and I'll be taking them one by one. So this time I'm on the nuclear weapon. Why do we need nuclear weapon? No, I'm not mistaking nuclear energy to nuclear weapon. I mean business. Nuclear weapon is what I'm talking about. Now, why do we need it is the question. Again, I'm quite surprised at you people. I am hugely surprised because some time ago there wasn't nuclear weapon. No nation on earth have it, but people have it now. You can testify that China have it. North Korea have it. Russia have it. US of A have it. England have it. France have it. Okay. A lot of nations have it. Africa continent, Pakistan have it. India have it. They have nuclear weapon. And you are saying to me, who am I going to bomb? Why do I need a nuclear weapon? If you have enemies or you have neighbors that have nuclear weapon, It means you don't have to sit down and wait, but you should rather hurry up to get one. Whatever they get their hands on, you should also get one. Not because you are going to attack anybody, but you should just have it because your neighbors have it. Everyone is moving forward in life. And are you happy with the state of Africa right now? Are you happy that in the last 200 years we have not made any development whatsoever? There was none. There is none. This infrastructure and whatnot, these are not development. We are talking of proper development, personal development. The English language. We have so many languages in Africa. The English language is far richer in words than any of the languages in Africa. That is another development they have. They are developed in many ways, not only in weaponry, not only in technology, not only in engineering, not only in architecture, but personal development, medical development, education. They are way ahead of you people. And you are telling me you are happy. Look at how dirty Ghana is. England is not the Western world. It's not like that this dirty. And you are unable to manage anything here. We need proper development. But whatever development we require, security comes first. You have human beings to protect. If you have human beings to safeguard and protect, you cannot do that with a gun because your neighbors have nuclear weapons. Therefore, you too have to have one. I hope that I answered your question. And African politicians, I don't think they have what it takes for this development to take place. Therefore, I'm counting on the young ones now that are coming up, because the young ones nowadays are more like returnees. They have been here before. They are more knowledgeable. So you young ones, 20 and below, and you diasporans, you see, what we need, a leader we need has to have this radical spirit, and a leader who fears no death, and a leader who is visionary. When I say visionary, leaders must take decisions 1,000 years ahead, 500 years ahead, 2,000 years ahead. They have to have that vision. You see, in the body, we have 3 eyes. We have one physical eye that we use to see things. And then we have an eye. The brain has an eye. It's called the mind's eye. And then the heart, there is another eye of the heart. And I think there is another one for the stomach. We have about 4 eyes in the body, the physical one, the outer one, and 3 inside, the brain, the heart, and the stomach. They all have eyes. Now, when it comes to being visionary, you need to use the mind's eye, the eye of the brain, the mind's eye, to envision 2,000 years from now and take decisions and actions today. You don't have to take decisions for 1 year ahead or 2 years ahead or even just today. Whatever you are doing, you have to look ahead of time and take decision accordingly. And African leaders do not have the exposure it takes, the civilization it takes to have this vision, to develop this vision of the vision. They don't have what it takes. Therefore, it is you, the diasporans. You don't have to be comfortable where you are. You have to think of home, but it has to be all over the continent. The diasporans have to take over the continent. Then you can take the country, the continent where we are going. As I have previously said, the enemy is interested in wiping people out, wipe a whole race out, and take over the land. That's the objective, their main objective. They have done it before. They have a track record. They didn't do it just once. They have done it multiple times. And other places they have attempted. A place like India, a place like Africa, a place like China. They have attempted to wipe out the people and take over the land. So far, people who have a track record of a certain behavior, it means every time we have to be cautious and we have to be prepared and we have to be aware, because this person have traits of this behavior. Now, how would you be aware if you are not planning of anything, if you are not making preparations ahead of time? In Africa right now, I think everybody is just relaxed. Yesterday, Peter Yeboah made this statement. He said that they are not coming back to do slavery again. Are you serious? When just during COVID time, they sat on television and said it on television that they are planning on recolonizing again, Africa again. Peter Yeboah, are you serious? Really? You don't have to wait for them to come and tell you I'm coming back to recolonize. You yourself have to prepare, because they have done it before. So what measures have you put in place now to prevent them from coming back? I didn't know what you mean when you make that statement, but clearly it's like you do not know what's going on. Listen, guys. The Europeans are very much interested in coming back, and this time, it might be worse than what they did before. Like I said, they have a history. They have a history of wiping out people and taking over the land. An example is America. An example is Canada. An example is Australia. You people, you have to you have to hurry up. You have to up your game. You people have to up your game. The social media they brought to you, it is just to distract you. And too much music, dancing, and footballing is going on. Too much of it. It's like Ghanaians especially. Too much of not being serious. Not being serious is going on. Too much of it. Every time it's about singing, it's about dancing, it's about playing, it's about comedy, it's about footballing, it's about comedy, it's about nothing. Your teenagers abroad, do you think they are doing the same thing? They are very serious about engineering. They are very serious about science. They are very serious about medicine. They are very serious about space space travel. They are very serious about architecture. And anytime you open Ghana television, people are just playing, they are singing, they are dancing, they are all about nothing serious. Listen, it is going to come back to bite you if you don't start being serious today. Now, this minute, the enemy is at work. I will leave it here for now.
Good morning, Raj, and fellow listeners. I've listened to something on your domain about the Nigerians businessmen who thought they are having some issues with the Ghana, their businesses. Okay, Um, First and foremost, I think Ghana has already been sold to them. See, the thing doesn't translate. Those who are speaking about Igbo king and other things, they've already planted all over what they want to plant. From Igbo to everywhere, they've already planted it. And you see that their support base is very deep. It's from the presidency. So I think until there's some sort of demonstration, we can't reach any far. We can't leave our nation also like that because of the selfish interest of our leaders. Akufo-Addo just did something that we've been speaking about. I, for one, I've said it several times over. I support a lot of things that he has done for Ghana, especially when it comes to education and other things, because I realized that in a few years that he brought that free SHS, our children, we've seen them doing things like robotics and other things. They go outside and they excel. So for that alone, I'll give it to him. And other things that he has done. But for this one, that visa free, I don't support him. I've said it over and over and over again. Now, you see, as we are criticizing Akufo-Addo, there's a certain guy, when it comes, it's just insult the Akufo-Addo right and center. Have you seen the roots that Mahama is also having with the Nigerians? Come and talk over it. There's a certain guy, when he comes, he never stops talking. He talks and insults the Akufo-Addo left, right. I told him the other time in the other platform that you stop insulting a former president, an elderly person who's over 80 years old. You should stop. It's not good. I'm not coming here if I don't support Mahama. I'm not coming to insult him. No. We have to go beyond that. That thing is in the gutters. Let's stop that. I said time and time again, the man has been voted out of power. So, period. He hasn't got any influence in Ghanaian political something. Mahama can choose to change everything that the Akufo-Addo has done. That's the mandate. You take our political system, they call it winner takes all. So when this man has done something that's no good, Mahama should change it for the betterment of Ghanaians, including myself. That's why I will also support him as my president. He is my president. If I don't support him or not, he is my president. And I have to give him that respect. So I don't know. Some people talk as if they are under the duress of something. I don't know. Or under influence. I don't know. So, Rash, that being said, Ghana has been sold. And we have to take our nation back, like how Donald Trump is doing. Make America great again. Make Ghana great again. I think we have to also form that thing. Our own will be MAGA. So, Rash, we have to, you see how these people are talking. Even asking, they've got the panacea, how to stabilize our this thing, our currency. Yet, you see where they are, the Naira is. You see how the Naira is. He has got the panacea to teach us how we can stabilize our currency. You take that message to Tinubu. People are saying that saying Federal Republic of Ghana is a slip of tongue. I don't believe so. Having listened to what they are saying, these people, they are very influential people in Ghana. Among the Nigerians, they're very influential. They know what they are talking about. I don't think Mahama made a slip of tongue by saying Federal Republic of Ghana. So, Rash, you see these people? They are still not content. They don't want to pay anything. The government, this thing, Akufo-Addo's government, because it makes them pay a lot of money before they can operate here, they don't like him. They want somebody who gives the country to them cheaply. And they have got Mahama. So, I raise my case, Rash, later on. Have a nice day.
Hello, Mr. Naja. Good morning. I hope say you are fine. Even your family, body is fine. Person me leave message be my Ghana Funa special. My fellow Ghanaians. That's our former president term. Fellow Ghanaians. Our fellow Ghanaians also hear what I'm saying. Mr. Naja, I say Nigeria Funa today. I mean, what take Ghana for advantage? Even their leaders, their when journalists, media for I say Nigerian media is the most useless media in the world. Nigerian media is so wakati na ho one Kenyan sesambia nkwasi some nkotin other Africa countries na Nigerian media no omodwen won omo but omodwen said the amukro no async na ukro no alubofom no Nigerian media no enka. There can say South Africa for Omutanhen. Oh, Ghana for say Ghana for and Ghana for problems. That's what Nigerian media was doing. They don't. I'm already some more journeys. The way I work said the Ghana. This is yatua benawi na media's no journey. How a Ukrono bokosuno always more fight is government. That is to say government in ye bibi. Nigerian media in the ammonia sir. Ombetena ho South Africa and South Africa, America, and America, Australia, and see, but government na tisuna say mu put pressure them on Nigerian media and yes sir. Omba kasisa nkwasiafu bi ebuguo na mo dwene how a Ghana. Sisi de mo dwene say abanwo ye na bisisu no. Ono na mo de mo target esi no so. Na Nigeria funye steady. Now, I'm surprised. Say you need bold man be our Ghana who but me actually say I deal with so because I cover at the time you won't call for me demonstration say garam say say you know bold man be na boss rate say hey Nigeria fu a capture ye than rent crown with no rent akosu in Nigeria fu rent akosu in Ghana ni boat me ahead than na no kwan ne yira na say ne girlfriend team. But Nigeria no be head na ebutu eske bebe no akasa o nimpa be thousands e de ebugum e business onu na mope but you need be me bia abosolete asad no ntamu fi se Ghana Ghana you lose ntamu kasa anyhow Nigeria ni omu leaders no kwa sore a say omu ndi aduane papa omu sore mbaka mbetena media no so a ani mo journalists no mbetena media no so makasa anyhow kasa bia makasa no respect said the edit omu kwala blue no Nigeria fu ni respect because omu ndi aduane papa and for aduane papa Nigeria for the childhood entity papa bia na amumu omu president na entity papa bia na amumu nta mo betena radio no so makasa anyhow they say omu to check amanipa anyhow no respect but omunye steady sa aban we no obi a oti asempa nti no wan ma Nigeria fun try say mo de mo afoforo boko the demonstration bi si wo ho no Nigeria fun this is the time ma ba kan za say Nigeria fun mo time boso Ghana fu ye kan sa amwa minim to so be bregom na dey kama Ghana fu boso leti am on say nkrofo comprehensive dane no boy them because of Nigeria fu Ghana fu there since a muhien pa ba akobo sori no bia da kasa that's the Ghana na ubinyen pa ba akon ba kasa no bia support so Nigeria for mun kwasese no mudi no omunya abutre hwe wo fi ukrum a wa bagana se wo be shi market. That means kantamatu market na course no. I dey say Nigeria fu nse wo because me bring politician because saadi wo baba no bia winim say can say politician fu no I didn't happen sa yen politics but I didn't happen sa no bia pe say ne eyene ade fort no kama ne yanko na ono de favor ne ba no so but meanwhile so ababu kwa na enye mu bia na koye obi na wakoye sa no nsaade we ne yakochi Nigeria that means Nigeria fu na yes saade no ene omo agenda no start free University of Cape Coast omo lecture no bonia nsambbonia kan no saade na atuma bepmene see take space or media this Nigeria for take space so Ghana social media Nigeria for take space social button na no yet obi an ho o focus was saade no Ghana ni bia an ho na adwon ko ho aba na ibi resist away no Nigeria for bone amudi na start free sa university lecture na abama saade no information on the saade no course ase ombe yise saade nso na ninsema kin na so happening nti me ya fabram ma abambi atiso ana say abambi a wa ba twemko yemfa sometimes yel biro mama akufado kakra because it be opportunity no more but sometimes yemfa blame man no because an Nigeria for no agenda no amwa hihya to do ya pame lecture no manokra but agreement no ya to wadada bikwa na pam manokra nkra no wonim dia nsema keka dia wakaye no Nigeria ofufuru group wa akofo mo no so what ya say nti bia sa nkrofo mo ba nkwasem di na lecture no na wa create sa group no dia mo ye na ye be na hu nti sa ban na nsi fom say sa nkrofo ye ma mo kwa ama mo ye na after all na Africa Nigeria nkwa na ya Africa Nigeria na ya Africa always Nigeria Ghana for so Nigeria for so Nigeria what Nigeria brothers for Nigeria over cross Togo over cross Togo Benin asan wa two countries asan wa ko Nigeria and you can English West Africa country Nigeria nkwa na can English Liberia ho Sierra Leone ho Gambia ho ye ka country kwa boy wo West Africa kwa nke Liberia yes since Ghana for Liberia they are peace of mind etna ho several times years of years and so ya yesi ya pami Liberia president apami Ghana for some omofa Ghana for so nuanum twetwemtwo Liberia for Ghana for nye peace of mind or Liberia inya mfaso Liberia up to now na Ghana for peace of mind Liberia the bobom sa montokwa ababa ma Liberia side but still Liberia for Ghana for peace of Liberia shobone Nigeria for di Ghana for nso yesore a yetwa hada English speaking country no abo na yesore Nigeria dia nempo no abone na mu bone wo Nigeria for bone wo mutiri sang omo dia mo ye na anya bibi papa bi na mo no omo pre ma Africa omo nim say omo ye failed country into no they say wo no omo say wo opportunity kakra bi asa mo di omo huwo either sombo ba say na no sombo aba capture agisa opportunity na ne atena so omo dia no so abaya na Ghana fo no omo ntwa Nigeria fo bonti president we na mo aba no ma president no mfa no ho hihye Nigeria fo ya akronfo say edeno ho fo beta Nigeria fo a yenim bugu ase And I see here people are more isolated Nigeria for, of course, even Uko Krasia, Uko Krasia now, more mutu konko Nigeria 80s in Bia. There's nobody ever can Nigeria for us and papa. How's a voting crana? And I would come and say, would you the wickedest, the wicked of Nigerians? Say, who fu krumi sa say, Obashishi, Obin market. Obashishi, Obin market. For billions ye the raw market ma wo ba hihye no na eche bi akese o politician we na question wa bo NDC na question and SNPP na akese meanwhile Nigeria fu na hihye sa market no Nigeria fu na hihye sa market no no way aban wo wo to sa aban wo hu sa de a na wa ye no cool say we yen fa yen no cool yen kata su ne ye twaso ma no ko what I say wabashi ufu krum sa abashi shobi market sa ndia mu yen say omoshi market ne sa na aban sa na market ne shipe na mo abuwrom na mu yeda mu na awie anuama ne bi Nigeria fu strategies no ufi Nigeria sa abashi obi ne market na obotuma aka ya do sa French country no ufi Nigeria sa abashi obi ne market Kantamanto market na shi no Nigeria fu nu hu bi omo Igbo ken me say some rebels be kosa me see Nigeria fu underground and most one because especially most guy now most say yeah king or for no booking or no already no what it's Ghana fu sa weak point one weak point nso bu konkwa no kwa underground a group bi o ha omodile sa we no but I say Ghana ya abrochira ese anka wo kwa ye monitor ye yesi enti no enema na mu free anka abucha anka sa Ghana anka ma hwe ndededede amu hwe nso krom bodwo me si de akoso bia se problem na man Ghana ni hu bi nti no aya some guy be a better work say offense say adwene Ghana freedom ni we be Africa say adwene freedom ni sa unity na ade na no guy na kasa no kwa me hu baby kwa no na adwene wo aye nye serious sa man no fi say aba brofo akese na pesa keka kan enye serious so fi say wonye sa Nigeria ni bi na sa nene tia nene ye ya na kwamisi na me jam ka chance enye serious ye kan unity a enye Ghana na beka Africa unity abo Ghana wa try ne best Ghana try ne best pa wo wiasi na nim se Ghana e kura nka etrese aka Africa o try se beka unity Africa unity abo Nigeria foot social media na mu de bia mo ka say Ghana ye small country Ghana ye a Nigeria state ono no wate sa asem no wate sa asem no say Nigeria fo ka say Ghana ye a Nigeria small one state now one state no how comes one state back the whole Africa in abo wo from who say giant of Africa the whole Africa we na we giant but we no one ye wa adwen say back Africa abo Ghana be ne border to yakofa da ye free visa no wo man na wo baba ka brofa akese yen focus abrofo no yese yemu omo betraying sisi no de twam no twam ko abrofo betray no Nigeria fo nso no ka dia mo so de ye hen pass up to now so no still omo boni amudi no Ghana what is say broni bi abo we kidnap obi wo Ghana da and even cry no ye Ghana funa mo kwa abrochi na adan tuntum funa mo tu kwa abrochi no what is a broni bi kidnap tuntum bi da What be that? But one na Nigeria for the DN pass no still na mugu so mudi. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Say always be a mu person mu create mu support obi no so why bibi kra na wonu hu se for the past kra na obe bibia mo no ono no pese okwande ma no nimpa woni niti wonua woni niti the enemies within ono kra no wo support no say adentin ye ni unity wo pay unity a kache Nigeria for say how say mu kokro su wo mu kutwa Nigeria for lighting. So mo pay unity a mo Ghana funa mo ba mmaka se unity ntim adentin na Nigeria for kutwa Nigeria for lighting. Say because of omo support to France. So what ya so some man no cry na kan no am say we lose the mental health or we lose the mental kakra. Wo ba wo be say ense se ye de ho ye na abrofo unity ye na Africa unity. Okay, African unity no Nigeria for akọ support to France because Nigeria for am ho am France into Nigeria for kutwa Nigeria for lighting. So which unity are you talking about? So sometimes no I am about sa moment kasa market brofu bi brofu no kra mo kan kra ebuani ne kasa. So bam na mo kasa ni how say mo fi say mo wuti brofa we intelligent. Ko Nigeria wo kasa man na wo kasa na we no ko Nigeria kay investigation hwe Ghana for so for Nigeria market. Ko Ghana kwahwe Nigeria for mo so ko Nigeria kwahwe Ghana for mo so for Nigeria market. Ufi say easy say Ghana ni bossole free her say no kwa Nigeria akọ toilets wo easy just like that my ban. Akọ ne nam Nigeria botumi aba Ghana kura the whole Ghana chimbe bia me ma akọ Burkina kura si town bia no me nchini uba ne nam ho free baby sometimes me nam ho kura market for kura chem say oh monami master baby say no man for ho saa na anhwe ne am ba ha but still me kan nam ho saa ba but Nigeria obotumi akwane nam baby saa mo bush mo krase bi saa free wa ba saa nti no wo pay unity sesen I say mutu Nigeria fofo mun sabi mun na mun nimyansa na mu baba tran kas condemn Ghana fo say Ghana fo adentina ye ka Nigeria fo asem ye pay Africa unity Africa mun di come to the giant of so called giant of Africa so no no yitunu fo na asesa na adwena I hope Africa in also be change and Ghana problem na in Nigeria Ghana problem na in Nigeria kan Nigeria fo no mo adwena say omodiam ho nti no wo de ibutu omoye so they are elephants so omonke any animal bia nti no wo ba ibutu afọ so ne yakọ nti mundi kan tu omofo samono yes mbase sam adwan mo system okro no ma African abi change house of Ghana small country no wo pese Ghana na united the whole Africa na Kwame Nkrumah kura try na dia na manfa anye no ammetena omba kaseni hawo because of small bro fu bia metena mu nyusu bro mu hu school mu kwenti mu fi se moti bro fu mba kaseni hawo Nigeria ni muncha ayo cheke mu ko social mu ayo munche mu follow social media mu Nigeria media no mu betena ho nsema mu ka fa Africa phone eni Nigeria ni media bia no mu betena ho a mu try mu condemn Africans either South Africa either Ghana either South Africa country na mu dia mu praise am anyen kwasiasam na wo te Ghana wo dia wo support wo hwɛ media Nigeria fo pɛ unite a ɛwɔ si bi a hwɛ musicians dodoɔ sɛ na Africa especially Ghana musicians dodoɔ sɛ na nkɔ Nigeria hwɛ support yɛde support ɔmo na hwɛ Nigeria fo so media mo musicians a mo ba Ghana support nso yɛde support ɔmo hwɛ na hyɛ tawale kura kɔ Jamaica hwɛ even kura na yɛ Africa hwɛ support a mo de support ɔmo hyɛ tawale na wo a wo sɛ wo yɛ Africa na wo pɛ unity no hwɛ wo deɛ wo nkwa wo pɛ wo own interest wo bɛ didi ame na wo nkurɔfoɔ adi w'akyi de bɛ yɛ abolu so Nigeria wo sika Nigeria foot sɛ wo nkwa wo interest na wo pɛ wo mpɛ the whole Africa nti na ɛyɛ me sɛ Ghana ni bi sɔrɔ a ɛyɛ wo fɛn sɛ Ghana fo mu nya abotre na minye sɛ mu so na nonsense talk mo nsua yɛ ansa because abrechi no amodwena mo ho first do Europe union but ɛno ne nkyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ si biara no wobɛte say Germany ni bi discuss Italy so Italy fo ti say no obia focus no ho because union na mo ayɛ say ɔmo tra last time make say union na mo better no man tra won say especially Ghana say Akufo-Addo say free visa no it's a mistake because free visa no won't mean surely that means the union is not credible union in ya peperepe so mo pese me union some mo tena ho arrangement bibia some mo tena ase always be mo committee some mo hyehyɛ say ade we say ne pese ye mo pese mo gituma na se ye sin ya agya atom we secret to say we krom what to say ni na ye hyehyɛ say mo di gu akon so na obia hagye mo atom say me bo krom a me health bia me bo krom me health bia me problem so what I know say Italy ba akɔ Germany na say yes see a kidnap no that means we enemy to that country so we should give a break those Ghanaians na muba we na mun reason na muba kene how no aye mun sua yansa mun think mun dream future so mudidi alata fo matchri anasa mudidi alata fo matchra aye so it's over to you but don't come and support them and destroy the nation for future. Yena ye womnu ye dream future because ye sabi ye binim ho moye adrumponfo na adefo what you say nti no ye ntra ho ma kuro no sabi nananum na mo ba kuro no na modi mogya ba pre no ye fo mogya foforo bi amboforo me say ma no what you say nti Mr. Naja mini bibia kama asam kakra mo meka no minim say brina bibia mesna flow thank you.
No forgot to subscribe to Master Manager Nigerian News. Subscribe, okay. Subscribe.